Well done.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Guys on the Truth Podcast.
Yeah.
About to show you more.
We about to show you more.
T-Fees and Benita T.
Yeah.
You know we about to get
We
busy.
about to get busy.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
What's up? It's your boy T-Feezy. We back again in this mug.
And I am Benita T.
And this is the God on the Truth Podcast. And this is episode number 11.
11 episodes. Wow.
We've been officially doing this for
And before we get
1 month.
started, hit the like,
And
comment, subscribe, follow us on social media. And we just want to remind y'all that we are doing a giveaway. So when we get to 100 subscribers, then we will be giving away $25 gift cards, or was it 25?
Cash App.
Okay, well, I put in a thing, $25 gift card of their choice or Cash App. So you could choose either or.
Yep.
So
get
that money.
Get a quarter bag of that ooh-wee.
$25 is $25. That's a tank of gas.
You can get you some
That's lunch at work for about 2 days, depending on how much you eat.
Applebee's 2 for $20 and have money for a tip.
Yeah, that's a nice date. Take a girl to Applebee's. I mean, I don't know if you consider that a nice date, but
Or you could just go and get the 2 for $20 for yourself.
yeah, pretty much.
Because we
But
all
yeah,
know the portions are small.
only
Applebee's.
100 subscribers, you guys. That's all we got to get to. So and then what you said last week, the odds 10 out of 100. Your chances are 10 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got pretty good odds. So share the video so we can get up to 100 subscribers.
And again, if you are listening to the sounds of my voice, I demand you to subscribe.
So you're gonna hypnotize people?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
If you are listening to the sound of my voice, hit the subscribe button now.
Okay. Moving on.
And then, if you got a hot girlfriend, leave me her number in the comments and I will call her. I will get back.
Something wrong with them. Something is seriously wrong with them.
I am hypnotizing you.
Anyways, how was your week? Was it a little bit or weekend, I should say? How was your weekend?
It's been good. I can't complain too much. It's been good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
good.
complain.
My week was a little bit. Well, the weekend was Friday was hectic. You know, when you have children in sports, it's so hectic. You got to get them to school, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. So my daughter is a cheerleader, and she had her first game, and yeah, it was pretty hectic. But again, I can't complain either.
Did they win?
Yeah, I would shout the school out, but I don't want to say where my daughter goes. But yeah, they did win. So that's a good thing.
Sure.
They blew them out, actually. It was a blowout.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think it was like, I don't even want to say the score, but I know the other school only had like 8 points. And I think our school they were up into the 50s, maybe 60s, something like that. I think. I don't remember the final score, but I know it was a blowout.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
So what do we got? What else? What else is going on?
With me?
Hmm.
I I don't know. Pretty much same thing with me. I have a boring mom life. I have a boring mom life.
A boring
Any
life.
mothers out there who just, you love being a mom and you put your kids first before everything, but you ever have a day where you feel like you just need a break from being a mother? Just like a day, just like one day. If you do, let me know so I don't feel so bad, because sometimes I be feeling bad
And
for wanting
if
that.
you ever need anybody to talk to,
Don't fall for it.
sexy ladies,
Don't fall for it.
bad, you could call me.
Again, don't fall for it, ladies.
Don't fall for what?
Don't fall for that if you need anybody to
Why
talk
are you
to.
blocking?
Because listen, every woman in the world knows the whole trick.
What's the trick?
If you need somebody to talk to, hit me up. Yeah, right.
I'll be that shoulder they can cry on.
I bet you will.
I will.
And how are you gonna fix anybody's problems?
Hey, I'm what do you call those people?
I don't know. I don't even know what
a
you're
therapist.
Oh, okay. Well, hit them up, ladies, if you believe them. But if you got a brain, then you know what to do.
I don't want them with a brain.
I believe that. I met a couple. I met one of your exes.
I like them. You know what I like?
No shade.
I like black women that's talk like dumb white girls.
What? Black women that talk like dumb white girls.
Yeah, that's hot.
So you like girls like that one girl from the Catfish show?
Huh?
That black girl from the Catfish show.
Catfish show? What is that?
Yeah, remember this show that come on MTV, Catfish.
Okay,
You remember
what?
the black girl?
What girl?
I don't know.
Oh, you
her
talking about that
name.
girl that I think I know who you're talking about. She was a rapper or something.
No, she became famous. Like she had got a lot of, because she's like a troll too. I forgot her name, but she's a black girl that talks like a dumb, like a real airhead. I don't want to say a dumb white girl. She talks like an airhead, but she also says her stuff stinking.
Oh God, no.
That's the type of women you
No,
like.
no, I don't. No, I don't.
Well,
I'll get up and walk out.
excuse me. Well, you gotta be more specific about what you want.
I didn't get in all of that.
You said you like black women that sound like,
With good hygiene.
so that means just any.
Or Latino women.
Well, I guess whatever. Hey, I'm pro black love. Well, I really can't be, because if it wasn't for this world, I wouldn't exist. So,
What?
if it wasn't for somebody dating outside of their race, I wouldn't exist. So, but I'm still pro black love.
Hey, it's whatever.
Yeah, you like what you like. I mean, hey, I don't care.
All right, let's get to the show.
All right. We got some interesting topics for you guys this week. So, we ain't got nothing really funny to get into. I kind of wanted to do like a funny thing before we get
It's
into
all
some.
funny.
How's it all funny?
It's all funny to me.
Well, I mean, if it's funny, it's funny.
This is entertainment world. Are you not
Yeah, well,
entertained?
some of it is entertainment, but some of it is like real life, real issues. So, you know.
Let the listeners be the judge. Okay, proceed.
Okay, I'll proceed. So first up, we got Vlad TV. So if you know,
The culture vulture.
a lot of people may not know who he is, but if you are wondering who he is, he's a 47-year-old Russian-born whose real name is
Vladimir.
No, it's not Vladimir. It's Vladislav
Vladislav.
Lubovny. He is commonly known as DJ Vlad. He's an American interviewer, journalist, director, and former disc jockey. And he's the CEO of his video and news website, Vlad TV. So if you go on YouTube? If you go on YouTube and you search him, probably I would say 99.9% of his videos is interviews with rappers, hip-hop artists. That's mainly who he likes to interview. He's up next for the cancel. People are calling for his cancellation, and the reason is because of Minister Louis Farrakhan. The problem started when Vlad interviewed comedian D.L. Hughley on his...
Another one that needs to be canceled, D.L. Hughley.
Well, what did D.L. do?
He's such a coon.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's a lot of them in the industry, so if you're going to put him on a list, you better put a whole bunch of them on there.
Well, I'm putting D.L. on the list.
Okay, well, anyways, it all started with the interview with D.L. Hughley. And they were talking about Minister Farrakhan July 4th World Address. So the Nation of Islam members feel that DJ Vlad misconstrued the minister's words to taint him as calling for violence against Jews. Vlad said that Farrakhan not only calls Jews Satan, but also encourages people to pick up a rock and throw it at them. But the actual Farrakhan speech, the minister encourages people to pick up the stone of truth against so-called Jews who are not being true Jews. So outraged, the Nation of Islam members, they have created a change.org petition to demand that the YouTube take that video down. So when you come against the Nation of Islam, you better know what you're doing, because they come strong and they come a lot. It's a lot of them. They're calling for YouTube to take that video down. Listen, I just found out a lot. I watched maybe a couple episodes of his, and they're not really interesting to me. But people have apparently accused him of working for the feds. And that's because
every time a rapper go in there, they get indicted on something. Yeah,
and they said that he's not talking. He very rarely wants to talk about the music. He's always trying to get the tea on illegal activities that they're doing.
And this is what he does. So a rapper could go on there and say, "I sold 1 million kilos. I shot houses up. I shot people. I did all this." Okay.
What's his name on there talking about he shot somebody?
Who?
What's the young rapper? Somebody who gave that elaborate story. Somebody said, "Pow, pow."
Oh, Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
But let me get back to what I was saying. Okay. Then a rapper leaves the interview. A week later, he get arrested. Vlad runs the interview. Okay. Let's say he ran the interview before the rapper gets arrested. He runs the interview, get views. So now, rappers in the news, he gets arrested. Then guess what Vlad does again? Flashback, he runs the interview again of him saying all the same stuff that he said they got him arrested.
Well, Corey Holcomb, comedian Corey Holcomb. He says that DJ Vlad is a culture vulture.
That he is.
And he said he's been making millions off of black people.
That he have.
And reportedly has a net worth close to $10 million. Which is crazy.
And I cannot stand him. I can't stand. All he does is name drop. Oh, I'm good friends with this guy. I'm good friends with him. Oh, I have a Rolex. Oh, I have this car. Oh, I bought a mansion, my first house, and all he does is brag to black people about the stuff he has and names drop.
And the crazy thing about it, they don't charge him. The black people who go on his show, they don't charge him. And then he goes on to edit, videos into segments, raking in millions of views per video. Mm-hmm. And he receives, how YouTubers, they make their money from the advertisement. So he's making millions, and these celebrities are not even charging him. And Corey Holcomb, he even said in an interview, he said a lot of black people feel more comfortable going on Vlad's platform because he's white. They feel like they made it, whereas they won't come to his platform or any other like mine because
show.
It doesn't feel like anything major. So then Vlad gets all these black people talking about other black people and capitalizes off of it, which is, we see that all too often. In that industry, black people going against black people talking about black people, and the white man is capitalizing off of all of it.
Yep,
it's crazy.
He made his career off of black people beefing with other black people. Mm-hmm. Oh, this what this guy said about you.
And he even said, he was a guest in the culture. So he even knows he's not supposed to, he's just a guest there. But he's the one making all the money.
He's so arrogant. He feels that he has the right to speak on black issues arrogantly. He also talked about Dr. Sebi. About, oh, he just doesn't believe it. There's no cure for AIDS. How could this guy have a cure for AIDS? He doesn't believe it. And they also came for him back then.
He even said he was a Jew. That. He says he's a Jew.
Yeah.
He calls himself a Jew.
So how can a Jew come from Russia?
Oh, it's Jews in Russia.
But
yeah. And that's what. Listen, if you don't, I'm not telling anybody to follow Farrakhan, but listen to what he says about the real Jews, and try to grasp an understanding of what he's saying.
At this point in the game, everybody know who are the original people. You have to be a numbnut not to know that. There's too much information out there for you. So go get educated. If you don't know who the original people were, and still is.
Farrakhan, he tells a lot. Not just him. I mean, it's a lot of people who have, spoke out about this.
How can you, okay, if that was so not true, and it's so unbelievably not true, why would you get mad at it?
Listen, the old saying goes, a hit dog will holler. So, that's just like somebody coming to black people and telling black people, oh, you not really black. Who gonna get mad about that? I've never heard one black person. If you know in your soul,
all right, that's like, I'm gonna laugh at it.
Yeah, if somebody come to me right now and say you're not black,
is if you have a secret to hide. If you have a secret,
that's that hit dog
holler. Then you don't want it revealed.
Yep.
Now, if I had 15 kilos in the trunk, right? And that guy knew I had 15 kilos in the trunk. And I didn't want those people over there to know I had 15 kilos in the trunk. And he come over and say, hey, You got 15 kilos in the trunk. How would you act?
Defensive.
What is you doing?
Yeah. Real defensive. I mean, that's just history
You'll probably shoot him, right?
We've seen it many of times. People get really defensive when there is something to hide, like you said. So you got to question that. Why do the whole thing would look what happened to Nick Cannon? They accused him of being anti-Semitic because of his comments.
If it's not true? Why are they fighting so hard to silence the people that says it?
Got the man got him kicked off the show, got a lot of, his endorsements and stuff taken away.
And I like that analogy.
All because
I like that analogy. If you come up to a black person, right? And you say, "You're not black."
Yep. They're going to look at you stupid and laugh.
You'll laugh at them. Like, what is you talking about? I ain't black. Well, all right, get out of here. All right, take a hike. All right.
Yep.
Only a person that has something to hide.
Or you go to any other race. You go to Chinese, any Asian. You go to Indians. You go to anybody. And you say they're not who they are. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. But why is it that this one particular race, this one particular race of people, and nobody better not accuse us of being no anti-Semitic, because that ain't what it is. We're just bringing out facts. All I'm doing is asking questions. Why do they get so offended when people say they're not the real Jews?
All right, let's go back to that. I ain't trying to get,
I mean, they gonna say what they want to say regardless, but I mean, the truth got to be said at some point.
Well, Nick Cannon said it.
Minister
Farrakhan said it.
A lot of people, and they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones who said it. So
they have an army.
Well, anyways, yeah. So the Nation of Islam, they're at his neck. They really want him to publicly apologize,
which he
to
should,
the minister for misinterpreting.
But the thing that he said, all right,
he's making it seem like he was calling for violence.
Lord Jamar and Godfrey are regulars on his show.
They walked off, by the way.
And they didn't walk off. They said they wasn't messing with him no more.
Well,
they wasn't gonna do his show no more.
First,
they said they wouldn't do his show until he apologized. But Godfrey had a conversation with Vlad, and Vlad, I guess he said, okay, he would apologize if he would come on his show.
Which
if Farrakhan would come on his show, okay?
Which Farrakhan declined,
as he should. Who is Vlad for him to come on his show and get so he can promote it and get bigger and get more views and money?
If I was Farrakhan, I'll charge him.
No, I wouldn't.
I'd be like, I'll come on your show,
he's
but
nobody.
You give me...
He's nobody to Farrakhan. He's nobody. Why should Farrakhan sit down with him? Who is he for Farrakhan to sit down with? He's a nobody.
And why do he want to sit down with him to debate him about?
He doesn't. It does nothing for Farrakhan to sit down with him. It does nothing for him.
Yeah.
Like he's someone to sit down with and talk. He has. This is like no. It does nothing for Farrakhan.
Is that
Farrakhan does not need your apology. He doesn't care about your apology. Your apology means nothing. Okay.
Well, the Nation of Islam want him to publicly apologize, so they want it.
It's probably not so much Farrakhan's camp. It's
like I said, they come. It's an army of them, and they come deep. So he better tread lightly.
At the end of the day, we can't let these culture vultures get too comfortable in our culture where they start dictating to us. What?
Not only dictating, but how do they even have commentary on Black lives when they aren't Black? They never been Black.
They get so comfortable. They get so comfortable. They start dictating what is Black to us.
That's just crazy. You're gonna tell Black people what it is to be Black
and who we should love.
All right.
Who should we revere?
All right.
Who we should follow. He want to tell us that.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what they
Dr.
want.
Sabi ain't who he. Man, please.
Yep.
You're nobody. You done nothing to help nobody.
But yet you don't want to dig up your own people's stuff. Okay. Y'all better start realizing these, just like you say, just like Corey Holcomb said, he's a culture vulture.
He's a culture vulture, and
he makes money off of black people's back.
He's been dating. He dates black women. He probably has some kind of
Listen, men like that, they date black women because they fetishize
it's a fetish.
them.
That's what I was looking for. They're fetishized, and you know what? You know how he says it's plenty of episodes.
They don't
There's
really
plenty of
deeply,
he was talking to
black
people,
woman.
and he said if I had kids, and he don't even admit the fact he has kids. He's married to a black woman and have black children, but he don't admit it. He keeps that hidden, but exposes everybody's life.
And this go for men and women. If you are involved with a person of any different race other than yours, and they date you or they're married to you, but they have issues with your race, why are you married to them? How could you even be married to them? See, you.
She's more likely a gold digger.
Come on, y'all. Y'all mean, and I'm talking to people who are, dating or are married to people outside of their race. If you are married or you're, especially in these times, and a lot of people's true colors are coming out. So y'all better be watching what these people are saying, because that's really how they feel. So you got to question it. Like, if you don't like my people, how could you like me?
Because you're a fetish fan.
That's who you are. You're a part of that culture. So watch what these people be saying, because what they say. Well, I guess they don't really have to be drunk, but
they're more of an object to them.
Yeah. It's a fetish. And that's been known for. And it ain't just black women. It's black men too. White women and women of other races. They have a fetish for black men. So it ain't just black women.
Yeah. What is the first thing they say? What do you like about black men? What is the first thing they say?
It's always something sexual.
So that's the first thing they say. And when they say that, you know what you're there for. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it goes back to slavery. Why was the master creeping in the slave quarters, raping the black women? You had your perfect white woman right in your house with you, in the bed with you, but yet and still you crept at night. You crept into the slave quarters to rape the black women. Make that make sense, since we're so undesirable. That's getting off topic, but I'm just saying, it don't really be love. It don't really be, I just love black women. Sometimes it do. Nah, don't take me wrong. Sometimes it do. I ain't gonna say every white person or white man or woman that's married to a black person don't genuinely love that person, because that's not true.
But in the case of Vlad,
yeah, people like him. I'll just say that people like him.
He feels so comfortable that he can dictate us to us about who we love and who we follow. He think he has. I
knew
that
it was the reason
right.
I didn't like that show really, and
I encourage everyone.
I
encourage everyone to please, if you are subscribed to him, unsubscribe, because I unsubscribe.
And why is it that black people feel that when they get recognition from white people, they made it?
I don't know.
Why is that an issue in the black race? We see that a lot. And just like Corey said, they won't come to his show because they feel like it's not major, but they'll go to Vlad where he's making money off of them. He'll go to them. They'll go to him.
They'll be in the same,
because they think they made it because he's white.
He even made a point to where they'll be in the same setup.
That's sad.
But go to him and think they made it, and they be just cheesing from ear to ear when that camera come on. Because a white man behind that camera.
Why we have to? If we don't stop nothing, please stop that. Stop looking for white. What you call it? White approval. Stop looking for white approval.
It's about time.
As a mark of being something.
You know, we deep in the fourth quarter right now. We need to start checking these
I can't
these
stand
rappers, these entertainers that is still down with that.
And it's even on a low level because I see a lot of black people at work, and that cringes my soul when they do that. They be such kiss ups to these white people. It's like when the white people come around there, they act a whole different way, and I'm like, why? Why do you have to change who you are to make them comfortable? That's the most cringiest thing. I cannot.
They contribute that into like paying their bills. White man to them means money.
That's sad. When we got to take back our own power. We are the culture.
Well, they get everything from
We are the culture. We are the culture. They
No, it's not the culture. It's more than that.
Oh yeah, it's more than that. But I'm saying we are the start.
We are the start, and we are the we. Everything has to start with us.
It's not gonna change till black people realize who they are. You have to first realize who you are. If you don't realize who you are, you're never going to be able to take your power back. You're never going to be able to have your place because you don't know who you really are. Know thyself. That saying is the most true saying in the world. Know thyself.
The little brother is running the big brother.
Basically. All right. Well, anyways,
anyways,
Vlad, if I don't know if you'll ever listen to this, but if you listen to this, apologize to that man. Stop mooching.
It's past that. We don't need.
Stop mooching
he
off
don't need
of.
your apology.
So he's canceled. He get the big cancel.
He's canceled. I don't believe in cancel culture.
He get the
but I believe in canceling these culture vultures. It's time to kick them out. Kick them out. Stop letting them eat off of us. It's time for us to have our own platforms. We eat off our own.
So he gets the big stamp.
Yes.
Canceled.
Have him looking from afar, like wishing he can go.
Put a big cancel.
He can be looking with binoculars from afar at us eat now. Let's eat off our own plate now.
It's so many other things he could do.
We need to stop letting them. Okay, we getting the crumbs. This is our plate. How are we letting them get the big portions? We letting them get the big piece. Letting them get the big piece of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
We let them get the best potatoes. We letting them get the best of the vegetables, and we getting the crumbs.
Just like slavery time. We ain't in slavery no more, but it's a lot of us that's still in mental slavery.
This is our plate. We made the food. Let's start eating ourselves.
And that's just
let's have them
happen in slavery
spectating.
time.
They can watch us eat.
We made the meals for them and they threw us the scraps. This is not slavery times anymore. People, wake up.
I'm not talking about actually eating food.
Well, no, it's still the same thing. Your analogy correlates with a real thing, though. That's exactly what they used to do in the slavery time. We cooked the meals, they threw us the scraps. This ain't slavery time no more.
It's like this. You just prepared a meal, right? And you fixing the plate, but they come in there. Let me get that plate. I give you the leftovers. Why? Nope. The plate is already cooked. The food is cooked. Everything hot and ready. You even put it on the plate. But he come and steals the plate and tell me something. I'll let you have the. That's what they doing to us.
Wake up, people. Take your whole plate. I like my whole plate.
Yes, and that goes along with another topic tonight.
Yep, we'll get in more of that about them capitalizing off of black people and all that, because we got a good one for y'all. Okay, so moving on. Next up, we got Trump and Biden. what's new in the Trump and Biden. I want to call this a love affair at this point. Because that's what it seems like. They seem like two squirreling lovers. Well, in the past episodes, we reported about Trump saying he did an interview where he alluded that Biden may be using some drug performance or some performance enhancing drugs because his performance has been better in his debates and interviews and things like that.
You think it has? This dude, look at his face.
Well, Trump ain't letting it go.
This dude, he slurs when
he's not letting it go.
Drunk.
Well, yeah, Trump, he's not letting that go. He's holding on to the fact that he thinks Biden is using some type of drugs. He's even went so far as putting on his Twitter. He said that on Tuesday night, he quote, and this is, and I quote, this is what he says. He says, "I will be strongly demanding a drug test of Sleepy Joe Biden prior to or after the debate on Tuesday night. Naturally, I will agree to one also. His debate performance has been record-setting, uneven, to put it mildly. Only drugs could have caused this discrepancy." So,
what is he on, the old cocaine?
Trump is.
Could you imagine Joe Biden back there?
Biden, you better start cleaning out your system right now.
Could you imagine Joe Biden in the back before he goes and do a speech, just going at a line, just right off the table?
I don't know what. I could imagine it. Hey, nothing surprises me about them people. Nothing
a
at
line
all.
right off the table.
Nothing at all surprises me.
Oh, there it is.
But first of all, I don't think Biden's gonna agree to a drug test.
That's why he sounds drunk.
No, he's actually saying that his
it's Trump. It's Trump.
Well, he said he's gotten better.
It's Trump. It's Trump. It's Trump's fault. He made the corona, and he is the reason I'm snorting cocaine right now.
Oh yeah, I believe it. If that's the irony of everything. If he actually agreed to a drug test, or is there some type of law that says they have to do it?
Huh?
I wonder if there's some type of law that says they have to do it.
What is this? What is this? A football game?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm saying if he actually takes the test and it comes back positive with all kinds of drugs in his system,
what if
he'll probably blame it? He'll probably find someone to blame it.
What if at the debate, Joe Biden nose just starts bleeding?
Hey, they'll say he got some type of something going on.
It's Trump's fault. It's Trump.
Yep. I'm sure they'll say it. They'll try to spin it some type of way. It's Trump's fault.
Trump just he's been going at him. It's stress. It's all stress.
Honestly, I'll be happy when all this
guy is.
But Trump said he is not going to give over power peacefully.
He did not say that. He did not say that.
He did say that.
Don't put that out there.
What did he say then?
If he loses and it's clear that he lost, then he can't do nothing else.
Well, okay.
But if they're trying to juke the election like we know that they're trying to do.
But how would you know that? How would they know that?
Listen,
so that means he's not going to just say, here's the power, here's the seat, here's the office. He's not going to just say that right away if he wins. That's what he's saying. I'm not saying he's going to go beat him up.
The Democratic Party already has been planting seeds in people's head, talking about, on election night, it will look like Trump is in a bigger position that he really is. But we will wait until all the ballots are in.
Well, no, I'm not saying. Trump did say that if Biden wins, he's not just going to hand it over peacefully, meaning he's not just going to be like, here, okay, you won, I bowed gracefully. He's not going to do that. He's going to call for probably investigation after investigation.
No,
I'm not saying
Trump-
he's gonna go beat him
Trump
up.
is going to.
But I mean,
Trump
that would
is,
be fun.
Trump will probably. He's more than likely he's going to win by a land.
Violence is not.
It's going to be a. It's going to be a landslide victory for Trump.
But nobody can tell me if a fight break out between Trump and Biden.
Biden couldn't. He probably couldn't swing. I got my money on Trump. Kicking the
I
crap
have
out.
my money on Trump. I mean, his Secret Service wouldn't even let them near him. But you know, if it was to happen, then I would have my money on Trump. Biden is old, so not saying old people can't fight, but
Did he look like he can fight?
you never know. Listen, I have encountered some very strong old people that literally almost tipped me over. Like, a little lady at that. So you can't say because they old. That's what I'm saying. You can't say because people little can't do nothing because you don't know. Well, more on Trump. Recently, he released a report that has a plan called the Platinum Plan for Black Americans, and it aims to invest, get this, everybody, he's wanting to invest $500 billion into Black communities. So that $500 billion, he's wanting to create 500,000 new Black-owned businesses,
yes, sir.
3 million new jobs for the Black community, and increase access to capital in Black communities by 500 billion. Though it's not clear where the funding will come from. It also calls for Congress to make Juneteenth a holiday, and if you don't know what Juneteenth is, go look it up. He wants to prioritize criminal justice reform and designate Antifa and the KKK as terror. It's Antifa. Okay, Antifa. Yes. Well, I don't know. Antifa and the KKK as terrorist organizations. And he wants to make lynching a national hate crime. Some people are saying that there's too many holes in this plan. We'll never see the money. People have been saying, oh, he's working really hard. He's just trying to woo over the Black vote. They all are. Let's be honest.
But what president ever came out and
That's
offered
what
us
they
something?
do.
They never offered us nothing like this.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it is Trump has already, and this is what I said, people, y'all need to do research. Trump has already did some things.
He go through what he says.
Yeah, he has. People just don't take the time to look and see for themselves.
He'll find the money.
Yeah, he will. I believe he will. But he did, in his first victory, he did have 8% of the Black vote, which tells me if he only had 8% of the Black vote, he really don't need the Black vote. That's a very small percent.
Nah, they lying. He had way more than that.
It said 8%. I don't know. No. This came from, I got that statistic from the actual Trump.com website. So he lying on himself?
Well, he's going to win then.
That's what I'm saying.
He got way more Black people that's for him this time than the first time. That's what I'm saying.
He only got 8% of the Black vote. So
well, he's going to have way more this time.
What I'm saying is he don't. If he's making all this stuff for all these promises to the Black community, and he only got 8% of the Black vote the last time, then that pretty much says he don't really need our vote to win. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know. Crazy. But I do want to just say what one man said. His name is Calvin Tucker, and he's with the Black Voices for Trump Advisory Board. He's a member on the board. He said President Trump has achieved more for Black Americans in 4 years than Joe Biden has in 4 decades. From 3 million new jobs to 500,000 additional Black-owned businesses, President Trump generated unprecedented opportunity for the Black community, and he's the only candidate on the ballot who can do it again. challenged the first person to oh yeah, so he's basically saying that Trump has actually, did things for the black community. I actually came through what you just said. He actually came through with what he said. But I got a challenge. So the first person, and I'm dead serious, like, I will cash out the first person who could put in the comments something that Joe Biden has done for the black community. Okay, he's been in Congress for 47 years. Since 1973, this man was elected into Congress. For 8 of those years, he was vice president. So he had some really big positions where he could have made change for black people. So for 47 years, somebody, whoever, I don't care who it is, be the first person to put, and it has to be a real fact. It can't be just something you think. It has to be a fact. Put in the comments a fact that something Joe Biden did that actually changed the black American community for the better, that's still affecting us to this day. If you can tell me, and it could be backed up with proof, I will cash app you. I will cash app you $50.
Send the proof.
No cap. And it has to be something like you have to have proof behind it. You just can't say what you feel he's done. It has to be proof.
Send the paperwork with it.
I will cash app you. Send me your cash app. Send a message to our email that's in the description, and whoever we see in the comments who commented first person to comment, I will cash app you $50. No cap. Let's see, because I really want to. And mind you, you got a lot to research too. Now you got 47 years of this man being in Congress where he could make a change for black people.
He could have even made a change when he was vice president.
That's why I said he even had 8 years. He had 8 years. 8
and
years.
We heard nothing from Sleepy Joe the whole
8
time.
years. But now 2020, he's going to come in on his, like I said, he's going to come in, black people, he's going to come in on his white horse and now finally save us.
His sleepy
After
horse.
47 years. 47. This is not 2 years. Trump only had, what, 4.
And he's
4.
done more than any
This
other
man had 47. Now you tell me, and I can name several things that Trump has done for the black community with proof, not something I feel, not some fake news, proof, actual proof. But I want y'all to give me what Biden has done. $50.
Sleepy Biden.
So yeah, that's my challenge for y'all. Whoever want it, it's out there. You can get it. All right. So moving on. So we're gonna be on this subject for a little minute because it's a lot. So we're gonna get into this probably where everybody has been waiting for. Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion. And it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And let me just say before we even get started, I actually listened to every single song. I read every single lyric on each of his songs, and he said a lot. So a few nights ago, Tory, he finally broke his silence because everybody knows he's been really tight-lipped. He hasn't said anything. Nobody from his camp has really said anything.
Yeah, he tricked a lot of people too. We thought he was going to come on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. He finally broke his silence. He put up a post where he was apologizing for his silence. He apologized to his fans, but he did say, I do have time tonight. I think that was Tuesday was when he posted that. Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. I don't remember the day. So he said
that was Friday or Saturday.
No, that was Tuesday.
No, it wasn't. It was Friday.
Well, I don't remember the date. But anyways.
Because I stayed up. Wait. No, it was Thursday. I stayed up. Yep, it was Thursday. The album dropped that Friday morning at 12.
Okay.
Because I thought he was gonna do a live. He
Well, yeah,
tricked everybody.
a lot of people, because he said I'm going live at 9 p.m. I got time today, so a lot of people thought, okay, finally.
You know what the funny thing is? A lot of people didn't see where it said Pacific Standard Time, and everybody was in his comments talking about where's the live, where's the live.
Probably people on Eastern and
Yeah.
other time zones.
I immediately knew that it's 12 here, Eastern time.
Yeah. Well, to everybody's surprise, people thought he was going to actually come on and talk about what happened, like a real live, like him actually talking. But to a lot of people's surprise, it wasn't actually him talking. He instead he decided to release his side of the story through music for an upcoming release. And I'll admit, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh wow, he's using this as a some type of marketing ploy to sell an album. But then actually listening to the lyrics, like I said, he said a lot, and we're gonna get into these lyrics because in the lyrics is where he's telling his side of the story. He's just telling it through music. I mean, hey, he's a musician, he's a artist, so what better way to tell your story?
Let's get into it.
Okay, so on the first song, it's titled "Money Over Fallouts." He said, Megan's people trying to frame me for a shooting, but them boys ain't clean enough. I see how they teaming up watching, and I'm calculating. Gotta keep it quiet. I can't jeopardize the outcome waiting. Seeing certain niggas hating like how this nigga hating. And I'm just gonna go, piece by piece. I ain't gonna read the whole song. I done gave these people so much features, made these niggas famous. Can't cry now cause I'ma laugh later. Girl, you had the nerve to write that statement on that affidavit. Knowing I ain't do it, but I'm coming at my truest. Trying to keep this ish 200 with you. Shorty, I can prove it. But them people in your ear, they the true ones that I fear. They really got you thinking Tory Lanez would do you in for real. So let's break down that first part. So what you think about that?
Well, he basically said it all. He didn't do it. I mean, that's the standout
when he says
lyric. What he said, I mean, he said he didn't do it.
Yeah.
He said then they framed him. Okay, they framed him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's making his case right there. Someone framed him.
Yeah, and he basically saying Megan knows he didn't do it, but yet she got people in her ear, and those are the people he fears. So who do you think he's talking about?
I wonder what are they saying. You think they could be saying? You remember that little thing she was in before? And
I want y'all to remember these lyrics, because in other songs it's all like a story. It's like he's telling a story in each song.
All right.
He gives a piece of the puzzle. Okay.
But you remember that little fiasco she was in before, when she was being sued by a management company, her manager?
Well, when I looked online, it said she was suing them.
No, they were suing her too, because she signed to, I think, was it
she
Rock
won.
Nation?
Whatever it was, she won.
No, she was suing them. They're suing her too. She owed the owner. She owed him money.
It must have been a double lawsuit.
She basically she signed a contract with him, and she owes him money, and they've been after her. Basically, the guy, he knows Jay Prince. So if anybody know who Jay Prince is, really, right? She's from Houston. Now, I don't think, if you know anything about Jay Prince, I don't think you want to owe Jay Prince any money. Okay, he gonna make it hard for you in your city, probably, more than likely. Just ask Floyd Mayweather when he owed Jay Prince money. Okay, I just want to make that known right there. Just leave that on your brain first. She had a whole situation. Go ahead.
Okay, so further into the song, he says, I was finna say something about something. I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know what I was going to say, but I'm just going to go on with the lyrics. So more lyrics in the song. He said, don't forget you was I held it down and kept it real. I would never paint no fake picture of you just for some meals. So is he saying she being paid? Sounds like it.
What you mean? Is she? Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's what I can only speculate. This is what he's saying. Well, basically, yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. So basically, he's saying she got some millions
How you speculate?
Well,
that's what he's saying.
Okay, yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying that she's being paid millions to paint this fake picture, and he's saying he was down for her.
Stop.
He was
Stop.
that was his girl.
Stop.
He would never do that to her.
Stop. Okay, she owed money to some live dudes in Houston, right? Okay, go ahead. Put that on your brain.
Okay, he said, I thought you was solid too, but look at how you doing me. People trying to ruin me. And what's even worse is I'm still thinking about you and me. He said, how you going live my birthday with all your jewelry to try to make some fool of me. So apparently he brought her some jewelry. Then that's another crazy thing. If you shot me, why am I going on live with your presents that you brought me?
Wait,
that's weird.
He bought that for her?
That's basically what he's saying, yeah.
Because she probably don't have another.
And he said he's basically saying she's trying to make a fool of him. But it's clear. One thing is clear. I mean, you can make your own decision on if it's real or not, or if you believe it or not. I mean, the dude sound like he's head over heels in love, and he's still in love with her. Like, he's basically, I don't know. It's really a tough situation, because he says somehow I'm still down to renegotiate the unity.
I think that was just put in there just to
to rhyme.
Just to have some.
So he goes on to talk about how he has lost. I guess he was trying to get up some real estate, or he was trying to buy some real estate, and the real estate agent has took his name off the papers. He's lost a lot of things behind this.
He said he lost 10 mil.
Yeah, he lost a lot of things, and he said that the real estate man is saying that his case is looking funny, but he don't have no cases.
10 mil how long that happened ago?
How long? What happened?
The whole
happened in what? July or August? I think it happened.
Jeez.
Oh, he said the real estate niggas hate and took me off that application. But when they took that from me, they really took that from my baby. He said, what the F y'all mean? My son don't need a house. My baby mama don't need safety. And even though he had the money, the real estate agent still was, took him off. So he lost a lot behind that. This is basically what he's saying. And he even talked about his height. Y'all better stop coming for this man height, because he said he ain't 5'3", he 5'7".
He's falling off.
He's taller than I thought too, because I thought
can't no man be 5'3". That was exaggerated. I knew that was.
Listen, I heard something that said he was 5'3", so I don't know, but he said he 5'7", so y'all better stop coming. Yeah.
And he will fight you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with this. Okay. Basically, he said he ain't do it.
Well, let me get into the part
He
about
said
the
he
foot.
framed her.
Let me get into.
I
the
mean,
part.
she framed him.
Yeah, that's basically what he's saying through the whole thing. Well, the first part of it, he's saying that, well, that's why I said through the whole album, he like gives a different piece of the puzzle, because I don't think he's saying that. We'll just have to get into that when we get into that, but I don't think that's what he's saying. Like, she's going along with it for the money, but it's more to it than just, her framing him. It's a little bit more to it.
What do you mean is more to
Well, that's
it?
why I said he got other songs, and he's alluding to her. You gotta wait till I get to that.
Well, get to the point.
Well, okay, I gotta get to the part about the foot. So, he said he got a couple questions. How the F you get shot in your foot and don't hit no bones or tendons? How the F your team is trying to paint me as some whole menace? So, we do got a picture of the actual human foot, inside of the human foot.
That's all that's in your foot is bones and tendons. So how could you? That's a good question, Tory. How could you be shot in your foot?
That's a valid question, whether you like them or not. That's a valid question.
When that's all there is in there.
But to be fair, apparently Cedars-Sinai has released medical records, but which makes me think, okay, first of all, there's HIPAA law, so obviously Megan had to give them approval to release her medical records, because they're not going to just come out and say what her medical records entail, because they can get sued. Okay, it's actual laws, it's actual HIPAA laws, protecting that. But they have come out to say that they have medical records where she was actually shot in the foot. Now, I don't know if anybody knows anything about Cedars-Sinai, but they have a pretty it's a high profile hospital where a lot of celebrities get sent to when they overdose, when they need drug rehab, it's just, look it up. Cedars-Sinai has been around for ages. That's where a lot of Hollywood celebrities have gone and died and been treated and everything. So they have a pretty sketchy background. Do your research on them. So I don't know if I 100% believe what they say. They could be brought to. So, I don't know. I don't know if I believe them either. So, yeah, you can make your own decision on that. He said, y'all can play me, y'all can frame me, but I'ma reach the top. I will never put you in no danger. And if I did, you would have said it when you seen the cops. Which is another valid point.
Didn't she tell the cops?
You just shot me.
But she goes online and says,
oh my God,
Tory Lanez shot me.
And might I add, there is no charges. Now, that's why I said you got to look at facts.
So obviously,
there is no charges on him.
There is evidence that the cops know, that the public doesn't know, that he hasn't been charged for shooting
And
her.
before y'all say, oh, he was arrested that night, he was arrested for having a gun on his person. He was not arrested for shooting anyone. He was arrested for having the gun.
So he has a gun charge.
Yeah, he has a gun charge. He doesn't. That's odd, because if you're in her live, she said she didn't say he shot her because she was protecting him, because she didn't want the police to shoot him and kill him. But they still found the gun in the car. Like, they still found the gun on him. So no, you just shot me. You just tried to kill me. People, for 1 second, put yourself in that position, right? Somebody just shot you. Is your first thought going to be to protect them? No, I'm gonna be like, police, this man trying to kill me. He just shot me. He's trying to literally kill me. You know? So, when she said that, I didn't know how to feel about it. You know, I didn't want to jump to conclusions about it. But, I mean, like I said, y'all could decide for yourselves if you believe it or not.
Okay, cut the bull crap.
Everybody got a right to decide.
Get all that. All right. Basically, there's a lot of dumb people that's buying that he shot her. Okay. I don't buy it, not for a second. I believe there's been some industry flim-flamming going on here.
Well, that's what he gets into in his next song, entitled Sorry But I Had To.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, in the song But I Had To, he says, the first line says, since I went independent, these niggas want my demise. But I am used to the bread, my nigga, watch me rise. I'm watching niggas analyze me, how you protected me. She made this whole plan to fry me. Since the event, you never called me, but you can't deny me. If you got shot from behind, how can you identify me? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Because apparently she got shot in the heel of her foot, where that is only bones.
I'm confused.
Right there.
I'm confused. So she got shot from behind?
Apparently, she got shot.
Wait a minute. I thought it was in the car. I thought she got shot while she was in the car. It's so much. I don't know.
Well, he going off of what she told the police.
I don't know. I didn't know she got shot from behind. I mean, who shoots somebody in the foot from behind? It's just weird. Well, anyways, he said these new niggas talking, bopping, and popping, but got less than 4 accomplishments. I got way more to lose than you do. Then he even takes shots at, different people in the industry. He took shots at Asian Doll because I guess she came out and she was saying stuff about him.
Yeah, because they all run with the same narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He took shots at JoJo.
Listen, these people are entertainers. They have to repeat what everybody else is saying so they can so they can stay in the popular
He's
pool.
Really spitting
They
facts.
have to stay in the popular class to stay popping.
You can't say he lying on all this because he even came for JoJo. He said JoJo, that was a bozo move. So if you don't know, he was on a song with JoJo, and JoJo, she followed behind the train and took him off her song. He said, you trying to take me off a song that got you the most views.
And they all going, oh yeah, because you shot a woman. But do you know, let's just say he did shoot her. Do you know what she done? So a woman is just justified. Do you know what the woman did to him? She could have been trying to stab him, shoot him. So just because he shot a woman, okay, if he did, I mean, this whole thing, like rushing to judge someone just because and on one half, like, it's ridiculous. But
well,
again,
yeah.
I don't believe it happened. I don't believe he shot her.
Well, he did say, like, how that 1942 from Kylie's house still got you talking crazy. So he's basically saying she was really, like,
inebriated.
Yeah. So he even talks about what happened at Kylie's house. And I guess all this is what led up to the argument.
Why are they at Kylie's house?
She was throwing a pool party, and
Megan Thee Stallion?
No, Kylie was throwing a pool party, and Megan went to the pool party. I honestly think Megan was trying to just like fit in with too many people all too fast. Like, she was making a lot of industry friends like too fast. Like, she was opening her circle up too fast. Like, you friends with Kylie and you're friends with Jordan.
Who was Jordan?
Kylie's ex-best friend, the one who they kicked out.
Fake people flock together.
It's like, how you can't be my friend. Anyways, hey, you can be friends with who you want to be friends with. It's just a little bit weird to me. It almost seems like she was like wanting to be friends with everybody to say, "Oh, look, you know, I'm the new
like they all
person
do
in school. I'm the new kid on the block." So, you know, I don't know.
Like they all do.
He came for J.R. Smith. I have no idea what J.R. Smith. I have no idea what he said about him.
He said the same thing that everybody else is saying.
Oh.
Because he supposedly shot a woman in her foot.
Okay. he said J.R. Smith is the pot that pissed, and you the last cat that should talk about some shots that hit, cause your performance and percentage play a role in riding benches. Nigga, I'm from the trenches. You the type to buy a chick a 80-inch and still won't get an inch up in what? Oh my goodness.
Hey,
okay.
He rapping his behind off.
He's talented.
That he is. You cannot deny that.
Mm-hmm.
He's more talented than the other half.
Yep. He's saying that, you know, basically they're jealous.
All right. Enough with the reading the lyrics.
Wait, didn't you want to get into the part about Bun B?
No.
No?
Well, what did he say about Bun B?
Well, he said we got Bun B on live saying I should burn in a cage. In these times of black lives, he's saying I should turn to a slave. If I don't know what the lyric is because it's all blocked out, but I think he was finna say Pimp C. I think he's saying if Pimp C heard that, then my nigga would have a rage right now. No diss to Pimp and Bun, but you made big pimpin', son. Pouring champagne on women's faces while they flick they tongue. I'm too young to give you lessons, but I like to give you one. Please stay out of my case. I ain't convicted, son. So basically he's calling out Bun B. He's saying, you know, how you the last one to talk, you know, and you said that in a few episodes back about how he was damaging to black people, but now he wants to be this holier than thou person.
Okay, yeah. Basically, I believe all of these celebrities that attack him are being financially rewarded too. Because I feel he is public. He is the music business public enemy number one. Since he went 100% independent and he took his masters. So let's talk about masters.
He got his last part of the song. You want me to read it before you say
Go
that? Go
ahead.
He said, when Michael Jackson, Prince got their masters back, what happened? Tory Lanez got his masters back just now, and look what happened. And Chris Brown, a black man that changed his life for the right, and still black Twitter finding ways to tear him down and bring him back in.
Okay, so what happened? Let's just bring it all in focus. What happened when Chris Brown said he retained his masters? Do you remember that little thing? And where was he at? Was that Paris or something? He was overseas somewhere, and a woman said he raped her, and he was being detained there. And he right before that he said he got the rights to his masters. So why is it
pretty odd?
Why is it every time we get our masters back, there's a smear campaign coming?
Okay, and look what they're trying to do to Kanye. Kanye is
he's
trying to
crazy.
make it where black people own their own masters. He's trying to get a lot of people their masters back, and look what they're doing
I
to
told
him.
you this
Wake up, people.
on previous episodes. That's where the generational wealth is.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're going to be rich forever. See, they're eating off of us. Their family is going to college. Their family is never going to know the sting of poverty off of their backs. But Tory Lanez, if he go on a spending spree and he spends all his money, what happens? Boom, he's back into poverty. See, the people, the owners of the masters, they could spend. They're always going to have that money coming in. That's money forever.
Mm-hmm. And that's
that's
it's
security
sort of like a
forever.
way of saying, I own you forever.
Yeah,
I own a piece of you forever.
You own their intellectual property, and that's everything.
Mm-hmm. Just imagine you doing work
long after you're gone.
Yeah, that's just like
your intellectual property is still making money, and there's somebody. Your children are not eating off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Their children is eating off of it, and they did nothing to create it.
Yep. Just imagine you putting your heart, soul, and tears into a project, and somebody come and taking that project from you, making all the money behind it for years and years to come, and you don't. That's why you see a lot of these rappers don't have nothing.
That's where the money at. That's where the slave at. When you fight, if you were getting free money forever and ever and ever and ever. This is generational wealth. This is what it's all built upon.
He said they want the downfall of every black man, but I ain't going. And that's true. That's true. And if this is true,
and these celebrities that are attacking him, shame on you.
Oh, he said that
they're being financially compensated. He said, I know they are.
In his song, he said
Rick Ross.
He said most of these niggas got my number. Like, you could have called me. Like, you know what I'm saying. Like, in the most sincere way, you could have asked, like, nigga, like, what happened? Did you do it? He said nobody called him to even ask him, did he do it? So that's odd. Like, if me and you was friends
a real person, going blow his phone up.
Yeah, like, what happened? What happened? Like, did you do that? Like,
because they ain't real friends. These are industry people. They are fake.
Yeah.
All the fake people flock to the industry.
Yep. And his supposed to be good friend, him and Kalani been friends for 6 years. He said he didn't get one phone call from her, even asking what his side of the story was. She just immediately ran to the Shade Room and to Twitter saying that she's taking him off the album. No, and I honestly, I think why? That's a little bit unfair. Yep.
Yay!
Praise
Kalani.
to her. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You did something great. We're gonna go stream your song. She did what was right. She did what was right.
That's kind of like a low blow, because just imagine you've been friends and he even talks about how he held her baby.
Rick Ross. Yeah, he takes up for women. Yeah, he's a cool guy. Yeah, kudos to him.
Oh goodness, Rick Ross. He talks about Rick Ross too.
Let's talk about Rick Ross. Molly. You slip Molly all in her champagne and enjoy that. Mm-hmm. You talk about date raping women.
Yep.
Okay. Did we forget about that, Rick Ross? Mm-hmm. You slipped Molly all in her champagne. I took her home and I enjoyed that.
Listen, he said he was in Miami marching. Tory said he was in Miami marching for Breonna Taylor. And Rick Ross was nowhere to be found in his city.
Bun B, you big pimpin', spending G's. I be big pimpin'. So you pimpin', right? So you making a
They
woman
care about women.
You
But
making
these
a
are the same people who
woman-
care about women. Care about black women.
and he made
Okay.
money off of this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
But like I was saying, it gotta be kind of, and he even said how it hurt him.
Let's talk we gonna talk about Rick Ross, cause that whole Rick Ross thing just
He been a fraud. He's been exposed as a fraud. I don't know how he keeps getting back.
he got to appease his bosses, cause he's still signed to a record label.
That's why he mad.
He's the industry. People like him. I like to call industry whores, because they're signed with so many labels. They're in bed with so many labels. They're industry whores. They gotta appease their bosses. Your boss. You have a boss, and it's that same old thing. That same old thing. They hate when one get away. It's that crab. Even y'all have me, but still the crab in a bucket syndrome. He got away. Tory Lanez got his masters, and he got away.
Because
And
they know.
you know what I think really took it over the top when quarantine was going on, and he was doing that quarantine thing
He
on
mentions
Instagram,
that in his songs
and it was getting big. It was getting millions and millions of views. It had the record of most views, I think, until Tekashi came out and broke it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tekashi was the one who came out because he was getting.
He had like a million,
200,000.
but he had like a million views on one live, I think.
Yeah, he was up there. He was getting a lot
Until Tekashi came and broke it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the number one, had the most views on one live. You
Yeah.
know what that is? And that was all without a label.
Yeah,
That
so
was-
that means nobody getting that money but him.
And he get to talk to those.
So they can't eat off of that.
He get to talk about, that's his platform. You know what I'm saying? He get to talk to those millions of people that's tuning into him and tell them. Guess what he can tell them? Go buy my album. It's out on this date.
Isn't
million
he-
people. Do you know how much people pay for getting a million eyes on their project?
Isn't if you're
All he has to
if you
say
in
is,
the,
go buy my album on this date. To a million people.
isn't it true that if you're in a 360 deal, like if you did something like that, then the record company gets
They get
a portion of that
they
money?
get 360. They get 360 degrees.
So that means everything you do, everything you make money on.
Everything. They get a piece of it. They get a piece of.
That's why they mad.
If you want to,
That's why they mad.
back before
They
the
can't
the
eat off of him no
360,
more.
Back before the 360s, see, artists was creating their clothing line. The record companies wasn't getting a piece of that. They were getting into movies. The record company wasn't getting a piece of that. Only thing where they would get a piece of was the record sales, which is fair that they only get a piece of the record sales because that's the only thing they invest in is the music. You didn't invest in none of that. So you talking about you own him now as a person? That is straight up slavery right there. So if he wants to go and create a clothing line, y'all get a piece of that, even though y'all didn't have anything to do with it. Y'all didn't invest any money. If he in a movie, even though y'all ain't have nothing to do with it, he gets in a movie, y'all get some of the money. He do a show, y'all ain't have nothing to do with it. Y'all didn't give him that show, but y'all get a piece of you get a piece of the show money. Okay.
It's crazy. Crazy. So in his other song, The Most High, he goes on, he says more about it. He says, the devil want a nigga soul. I beat that nigga 1,000 times in a row. A couple weeks ago, he thought he threw his best shot. Soon as I get my masters back, they want chatter. Haha. Now I'm independent. Niggas won't fend it. Facts. White labels trying to turn my black folks against me. Devil want a nigga soul. Facts. I'ma beat that 1,000 times in a row. He said, I would never sell my soul, never.
See, the thing about them...
And if I gotta die for that, I'm dying Christian. So he does, and throughout the album, he says he's a Christian. So...
See, the thing about them... They hate it when you beat them at their own game. Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson beat them for years at their own game.
But look what ultimately happened.
They will resort to taking you out of here.
Look what happened to Prince. See, that's what I say. And then they'll say you died of some, mysterious something mysterious. Like, it just don't even be making sense. It's crazy. But that's how that is a dirty, dirty game.
This music business, right?
He said God knows the truth. And he's releasing this album on his mother's birthday, who his mother passed away. And some of the proceeds from this album is going to go to the Breonna Taylor Foundation. So, yeah, those are just a couple facts about it. And listen, I'm so happy I don't jump on bandwagons.
Rick Ross talking about his album didn't do nothing. Okay, how did it not do nothing?
It ain't even came out yet.
Yes, it did. It was on all. What are you talking about?
Is it the 25th? It's past the 25th.
It came out Friday. How did you listen to the songs if it didn't come out yet?
I thought he just released the songs on the platform. Oh, okay. Well, it came out. Anyways, go on. Keep going.
Keep going. Rick Ross talking about his album didn't do anything. Well, it did more than yours. And guess what? He don't have to split the proceeds from it. He don't have to split any of the money with anybody. But guess what? Rick Ross, when your album comes out and it only sells 100,000 copies, guess what? You won't see any of those royalties.
That gotta suck. Like, that gotta really suck too.
You are only gonna make money off of the shows you do.
Can you imagine?
And guess what? Tory Lanez could come out and move 100. Even if this to say it do only 100, right? If it do 100, or let's say it do 40, he's independent. He gonna get quite a bit of money. He gonna get way more than Rick Ross would get moving 100.
Well, in his other song, Queen and Slim, he gives even more detail about that night of the whole incident. He said, me and Kylie still off in the pool. We just chilling, kicking it. Ish was cool. Both of us didn't know you was tripping. So apparently Megan got jealous because he was in the pool, flirting with Kylie. He said, even though I got a crush on Kylie, I would have left with you if you knew you was dipping for the simple reason you invited me. But I can't act like Shorty didn't incite me. So, I mean, at least he's being honest. I mean, most men would lie.
Apparently,
most
he
men
likes
would lie.
plastic.
Megan's not plastic. She's natural.
Talking about Callie. If that exciting him,
maybe
fake body excites you. She
has
a whole different person's face.
He said he took a wrong
That's
turn.
Not her real face.
He said, I took a wrong turn that night, but not the turn that everybody think. I wasn't the wrong one that night. You was just too drunk to even see it. Wasn't anticipating. I never put you in no situation. I've never even had an argument with you. A conversation is all I'm bargaining with you. Well, for you to never have an argument with somebody to go to shooting them, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Because most women beaters, most people who beat on women, they would have been done shown their, true colors. And he said they never even had an argument. And he also said she was too drunk. So this is my theory. My theory is she was so drunk and somebody shot her. If she was shot, somebody shot her. Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, she was actually shot. Somebody shot her. After, getting in the hospital, and that's why she initially never said anything to the police, because she was too drunk to even know who shot her. And
when it boils down to it, when Tory Lanez charges, when everything is done and said with his case, I believe people will be having to apologize to him.
Well,
because
let me go on with my
he
theory.
Can talk.
Because I think that once she got sober, I believe that's when her people came in and told her, hey, this is what we finna do now. So I really think that's what happened. I got a really strong feeling that's what happened, because he's been maintaining his innocence through the whole album. He said her people is trying to frame him. So, and he said he's not the one who shot her. So I think she was so drunk she don't know who shot her. So now she's in a position where maybe she's being offered millions. Maybe she's being offered millions to go along with this story that he did it.
Yeah. So, remember that case she had in Houston that she owed some people money because she didn't hold up her part of the contract?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying that. I'm not saying. I'm just giving you. This is a theory. It's clear that Tory Lanez is the music business enemy number one, because he's left the labels and he has his masters. So history only repeats itself, and it shows if you out with them in their own game, they don't like that, and they're gonna come to discredit you.
And see, she probably was mad already. Okay, back to my theory. She probably was mad already that night because he was flirting with Callie.
I don't know what happened.
So that gives her even more ammo.
He shot her. I believe it is I think it is a setup, a frame job, and I think she was financially compensated to frame this man. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's on Megan Thee Stallion's side, of course you don't want to believe someone would do that, but you don't know this woman. You don't know who she is. You know nothing about her. Most people in the industry will kill their mother, their father, for a record deal, or if they're actors, to be in a movie. It's their lifelong passion. If they'll sell their soul, they'll do anything. Okay? The industry only wants people that'll do that. They don't want someone that has any principles or morals. They don't want people like that. They want people that will compromise everything for that. Mm-hmm. For money, for fame. That's who they want.
And if you don't listen to no songs on his album, because the first couple songs he's really breaking it down about the whole situation with him and Megan. He's putting out basically his side. But if you don't listen to no songs, listen to Care For You and listen to In The Air, because the brother is really, really breaking down a lot of things. Like he goes deep into like a lot. I'll just read the first part of Care For You.
All right, that's enough.
Wait, I just want.
That's enough lyrics. We don't.
Okay, well, just listen to the songs "Care for You" and "In the Air," because those are really good songs. So,
All right, what we got next?
okay, so up next is Breonna Taylor. So it's been some, certain things that's being said on the internet, memes that have been made. So, I decided that to be fair, to everybody involved in that case, I think we should do a facts versus fiction. And I still remain with, whatever she did is null and void. She's dead. So to bring up her past and things she did in her past is irrelevant at this point. But I as a woman, as a black woman, would not want another black woman to be put on display for the world in a way where, or in a light that's not true. Even though and that's what I feel like we're about the truth. And if you want the truth, that's what we want people to come to us. So, in the facts versus fiction, you feel some type of way about this. What you feel about it?
You feel about what? You haven't said anything yet.
You know what I'm saying? What you feel about the facts versus fiction?
You haven't said anything yet.
Okay, so there's
what do you
a claim.
Mean how I feel about it?
So the claim that about Breonna Taylor's background and alleged ties to drug trafficking have not been reported. Several social media posts have posted the truth about Breonna Taylor, who was shot during a police raid. Everybody knows that. So let's get into the facts. Well, it's a lot of facts, but okay, so you want me to read all this because you don't be wanting me to read it.
What you got?
Okay, so it says a meme posted on June 25th on Brandon Tatum's Tatum's Instagram account was widely shared across social media after the Kentucky Attorney General office on Wednesday announced it would bring charges against one of those 3 officers involved in Taylor's death, but not for the charges directly related to her killing. The meme, which has over 69,000 likes, was reposted on Facebook by Conservative Hangouts, where it has more than 3,500 shares and 2,000 shares among other sites, I guess. US Today reached out to Tatum for comment. That meme, along with other similar social media posts, lay out several assertions about Taylor and her background. So the first one was she wasn't an EMT. She was terminated in 2017. So she wasn't an EMT when she died. That's a fact.
Okay, we said that on the last episode.
Yeah, we said that on the last episode. She was working in an emergency room as an emergency room technician at 2 local hospitals. She was an EMT in 2016. City documents show that she had called in November and resigned. A termination form also has a box check stating do not rehire, but it doesn't give a reason why, she's unable to be rehired. It could be a million things why they don't rehire. Maybe she quit without notice. Could be. The state license agency says Taylor's EMT license was never suspended and there is no disciplinary action in her file. So that is partially false. So she wasn't an EMT, but she was an EMT at one time. She didn't get fired. She quit, but she wasn't able to be rehired. So the second claim was that she was knee deep in criminal drug dealing activities with her ex-boyfriend. Taylor, Breonna, she has no drug offenses on her record. She shared an apartment with her younger sister, Janiyah Palmer. Neither Taylor nor Palmer has any history of drug offenses. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, did not live in the apartment according to the address listed on his arrest citation. He has no history of drug offenses, and Walker was not named in the search warrant. So Walker is the man who actually shot at the police. So he wasn't on the warrant. He has no criminal history. It says the search warrant for Taylor's home includes her street address, apartment number, and photos of her apartment door, which police later broke using a battering ram. Her other things that were listed was her name, birthday, social security number. The warrant included the names of the narcotic investigation main targets, Jamarcus Glover, Taylor's ex-boyfriend, and Adrian Walker. Kenneth Walker and Adrian Walker are not related. So in January, Glover, who had a past drug traffic, and just keep in mind if you're confused, Glover is her ex-boyfriend. He does have a past drug trafficking convictions, and he was basically the one that they were after, and two other people. So yeah, that was false. She doesn't have a history of drug trafficking. So that was not true. You got anything to say so far?
We covered this already.
Yeah, but I'm just giving the facts.
All right. What's next?
Next topic?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was more facts, but I'll move on.
What's the facts? What are the? I mean, we covered this already.
Well, did we cover that she was on jailhouse recordings running drugs for her ex-boyfriend?
Well, we knew that already.
She wasn't. So you saying she was?
I don't know what she was. Who said that?
That's what the internet is trying to say.
Okay.
So you don't got nothing to say.
I covered this already.
So what did you actually cover?
We covered all this already. Why is it?
Because, like I said, it was a lot of false information out there about her. And I just wanted to clear the air for anybody who, Okay, so to sum it up, basically, she had this ex-boyfriend that she was still dealing with. That's a fact, because they do have her talking to him. He was arrested a week prior to her getting killed. He was arrested at her apartment. So I don't know if she was cheating on her current boyfriend. I don't know. I'm not going to say the girl was cheating, but she was keeping in contact with this ex-boyfriend who her family did not approve of. They say he was, very toxic and not good for her. They actually wanted her to be with the new boyfriend. They say he was very good for her. So I don't know what the situation, why he was at the apartment to even get arrested. I don't know. She's not here to say. He's not saying. So we're going to just leave that one up to speculation. But the warrant was actually for him, and that's what they were coming there for. Why she wanted to stay in contact with this type of person, I don't know. Like I said, she's not here to answer any of these questions, so we can't speculate on that. You just gotta say we don't know. So yeah, pretty much. I mean, she was in the bed when she was asleep. There was reports that she wasn't, but she was in the bed. And then it goes into more about the no-knock warrant and all that, but that's kind of lengthy, and I know you probably don't want to go through all that, but yeah. And it's new footage out there on the internet of the police body camera moments after Breonna was shot, and they're going all through the apartment, compromising the scene. They're just breaking so many protocols. So, I just want the truth to be out there, instead of a bunch of made up memes that somebody made up. So, you got nothing else to say about that?
Next.
Okay, so next we got, and this is linked to her case. After the attorney general decided not to press charges against any of the officers for her murder. We all know riots and everything broke out over there in Louisville, Kentucky. It got so bad to where a man shot 2 police officers. Now those police officers are expected to make a full recovery. They weren't killed, but they did arrest him, and he's in jail right now on, I think, $1 million bond, or so many $1 million bonds. It's pretty high up there, but yeah, he was caught very quick. Well, he already got a GoFundMe page.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's crazy because people are saying tear the city down, you know, basically inciting and encouraging violence. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you're being violent. Somebody gets hurt or somebody get killed. The difference is, and we have to understand, he's a black man that shot 2 police officers. It ain't gonna go so well for him. It ain't gonna go so well. You see, he was immediately arrested. So all these celebrities who are backing this man up and saying all this, I surely hope that when they lock him under the prison.
What celebrities are backing him up?
I mean, I've seen T.I., you know, say stuff like, oh, they have no evidence against him, and,
from behind, you know,
free him. That's what I've been seeing. I hope each and every one of them people who, you know, are saying this, when this whole thing, nobody's talking about it, you won't hear these rappers talking about it no more. No, they better be putting money on his books.
Because you know what rappers are? You know what
everybody, because people is inciting this stuff, saying tear the city down and do what you gotta do.
Rappers are vampires.
Crazy.
They suck the energy out of, and we can say they suck. They suck the energy out of everything. Because whenever there's something in the news, big, and everybody's talking about it, they want to talk about it. They're gonna stand next to whatever's hot. They're vampires. They don't. And they talk from their big mansions, like they're gonna actually come out there and do something.
Well, like I said, since they're the ones who sitting behind their safety nets and they're telling these people to do all this stuff, or, you know, encouraging this type of behavior, I hope they put their money where their mouth is when these people get put under the jail. Because like I said, you're a black man, you didn't kill, but you shot 2 police officers. Don't matter if they died or not. That's serious. They're gonna convict him.
Well, he might not, being the way things are.
You think a black man that shot 2 police officers is gonna just walk out of jail?
In this climate, it's possible.
Where have you seen anything going in the direction of black people getting off?
In this climate, they're using black people as a tool.
If they're using him as a tool, then maybe so, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening. But I guess anything is possible. He may get off. He may not. Guess we just gotta wait and see. That was a very stupid move, sir. I don't care how mad you are. I mean, did he even know her personally? Was he related to her?
None of these people knew her personally.
Why would you risk your life and your safety? Because you could have literally got killed.
Look at his face.
That's about the dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry.
He looked like.
But to go out and shoot 2 police officers, you better be lucky you got taken in alive.
He looks like.
Gee.
He's up to no good.
He better be happy he got taken in alive. That's all I have to say.
He has a permanent face that looks like he's up to no good.
He looks like he looks like, he likes the type of person that just messes up all the time.
He looks like he's not up to no good. He just have a face
like I'm just a permanent screw up. That's a major screw up. Like, if you don't even know this girl personally, I can understand the hurt. I can understand anger, and I can understand all that. Trust me, I'm black too. But
what
to
does
go
this
out
have to do
and
with black? And what?
I mean, I like I said, I could feel the frustration because you see this all too often. Police officers getting away with doing whatever they want to do.
Because that's what they show you on the news.
It doesn't, but they don't just do it to black people. They do it to a lot of people. They have their gang that puts this power over people like they're gods.
Again, if you're not concerned about black people killing black people, you shouldn't even been talking, because it's black people are killing black people.
Well, I am concerned about black people killing black people, so I can talk. And it's a lot of people who care about that too.
And faster rate than the cops are killing black people. You have black people,
but see, the difference is
little children that's sitting in cars.
Yeah, but the difference is
innocent people.
Let me just, to be like I said, to be fair on all levels. To be fair, the difference is, like you see right there, when a black man commits a crime like that, he's immediately locked up. Why are these police officers not being held accountable when they are in the wrong? Because you can't say they've always been not in the wrong.
Because you have to prove it first.
Why?
Because
why with the police you have to prove it?
Of the law.
That's why it needs to be some type of reform. It needs to be some type of reform. They be having. What do you mean they have to prove it? Half the time this stuff be right clear as day on camera, and they still won't make an arrest. I can see if it's no camera. Okay, then they have.
What's been clear on the camera?
Lots of stuff.
Like what?
You said don't mention that, so I'm not gonna mention it.
Really?
You said don't mention it, so I'm not gonna mention it.
All the holes that's in that, whatever.
But my point is, it's more than that.
You gonna bring up that situation?
It's more than that.
Name one other one.
Okay, I was just watching one today where a mother and her son was clearly being threatened by the police. Like, she was literally almost holding them hostage.
She was just standing there.
She was standing there with her hand on her gun. How is that not threat? She was the only one being threatened.
Why would that woman go fly off the handle like that? She was not.
See, that's what I don't like, is when people, when a black woman talks with assertiveness, when she talks with power, she's threatening.
She's not talking with power.
Yes, she was. She didn't cuss them out. She didn't use profanity. She didn't call the lady names. She was just talking with conviction.
She's holding her up from doing her job.
No, she was not. Holding her up would have been like, no, son, don't give the license and registrations. You don't have to give nothing. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. They gave everything in the normal way. Granted, like I said, to be fair, the son did pull off on the other side of the road, which was the wrong side of the road. The police was telling him to pull to the right. He pulled to the left. So there you go. That was your first mistake. You should have pulled to the right. Second, he did jump out the car when he got home. That's your second mistake right there, is jumping out the car. You can't jump out the car. You can't. You have to stay in the car.
So then what are you talking about then?
No, I'm saying after she clearly seen, and I understand protocol and everything, but she clearly seen that these people have no weapons on them. They gave her all the information. And what I got mad at, her first question was, and how is that routine? Are you on probation or do you have warrants? Or no, she said, are you on probation or are you on parole? Why would that be your first question?
Because that's what they ask people in the
I've
state of
never
California.
been asked. I've never been asked
In the
that.
state of California,
and she
they
said
always
no,
do that.
No, that's not true. Because his mother even said as many times as she's dealt with the police department, she's never been asked that question. So why would your first question to a young black man be, are you on probation or parole? What does that have to do with the traffic stop if he was? So if you're on probation or if you're on parole, you can't drive in the state of California? Like she already set the tone for what she was about. She already set the tone. As soon as that came out of her mouth, she set the tone. She set the tone. And then she had her hand on her gun. Who wouldn't be threatened? If you're standing in my face, I don't have no weapon on me, but you got your hand on your gun. Who is more threatening? Me? Or the person with the gun on their hand? Will she get reprimanded for that? No. Because they'll say she was following protocol. But, hey, it's the world we live in. It's the world we live in. The crazy world we live in. But I just don't like when a black woman talks with assertiveness and power, she's considered to be aggressive. Nothing that lady said was aggressive or threatening. She said she feels like her life is in danger. What did that lady say? I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. No, she said my son will not be another hashtag. She said, you have his license, his registration, and his insurance. Go give us the ticket. Get in the car and give us the ticket, and we'll take care of it in court. And she refused. She stood there with her hand on her gun. As a mother, I probably would have did the same thing. I'll stand right in front of my son. You're not going to shoot my son. You can shoot me, but you're not going to shoot my son. So, hey. Big ups to that mama. She stepped in and she did the motherly thing. Granted, she's not going to always be with him each time, so she has to teach him how to deal with those situations. But I think the police was wrong in that situation. But what you think? Well, you already said what you think.
I think we're about to end the show.
Well, if that's it. That's all I had for today.
Get in the comments. Like, subscribe. Do all that. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Alright, that's gonna be it.
All right. See you guys next time.